was great. And if this is your first time coming over here on YouTube, do not be afraid to hit that subscription icon, the post notification bell, and select all. That way you'll be notified every time we go live over here, because every time we go live over here, we most definitely gonna cut up, okay? For those of you who are not familiar with me being over here, I want y'all to know that from now on, we will be coming over here every Tuesday, y'all, okay? Every Thursday and every Sunday as well. And we gonna cut up whenever we come over here, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a little time to come in, but do me a favor, pound the like button up as soon as you come in. Yeah, as soon as you come in. I got a message for y'all today. I got a message, but I do know it's a lot of y'all that need to get used to seeing me over here, because we are gonna have a lot of content over here as well, y'all. That's just point blank period. I feel like YouTube is more suitable for the longer type of content that I wanna do, even when it comes to the lives that I'm doing. So we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff over here because it's a lot we can do on YouTube that we wouldn't be able to do over on any other platform, all right? And so with that being said, like I say, as soon as y'all come in, please pound that like button up and share it if you can. Somebody say righteousness over feelings. Okay, this is new to me as well, y'all. Dallas, Texas. Shout out to Righteousness Over Feeling from Dallas, Texas. Lakeisha Brown. Say not Green Bay hat. Nah, this just, hey, you know what? Really, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. When I get stuff, it be more so for the style of what it is that I'm trying to wear it with. When it's, you know, in terms of me like getting out and just stepping out whenever I do step out. This is an old hat. I just put it on because my hair kind of looking rough, y'all. So I'd rather put this on. Believe me, my son done killed this hat. He sit on it every chance he can get. But yeah, y'all do me a favor, pound that like button up, y'all. Pound that like button up. Like I said, we will be over here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. At 7:45, we're going to be doing lives over here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Even though we're going to be uploading videos from over here from time to time too as well, y'all. But with that being said, I want to start this off with the right spiritual energy. I want to say peace to the gods and goddesses, peace to the ancestors, peace to the high vibrational beings, peace to the spiritual guides, peace to the ascended masters, peace to the archangels, and peace to my spiritual team and the Most High for giving me the strength to do what I do on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, I love them, I love them, I love them, man. And that's big facts, okay? Today, I'm talking to the chosen ones, man. I don't care what walk of life you come from. I'm talking to you today, chosen. I have a message for you today, chosen. I need you to understand and understand that everybody cannot go with you. Yeah. See, everybody cannot go with you, chosen. You have to understand the reason that you're going through the storm right now is for you to be able to decipher who's going to be able to come with you and who ain't going to be able to come with you. Yeah, see, that's why your spiritual team chose to take you down this path that was less likely chosen. That's why you're going through the strife that you're going through right now. Because guess what? Now is the time for you to start to see people for who it is that they really are, chosen. Ain't no way to overlook it. You have to start seeing people for who it is that they are, because guess what? Where you going, everybody ain't gonna be able to go. The Most High got something major for a lot of y'all. And see, you can't see it right now because right now you going through it. For some of y'all, just off of talking to y'all, I know that your world has been flipped upside down in some way, form, or fashion, and you don't even know how it is that you got where you are right now. You couldn't even have imagined that you would even be in this position right now. So me sitting here telling you that, hey, the Most High has something for you, and right now you're being taken through the storm so that you could decipher and see who it is that's really around you, who it is that you could really trust, because where you going, it's going to be a lot of, look, for some of y'all, it's going to be a lot of money involved. I want y'all to understand that. Because see, the Most High needs you to have a little bit of money in order for you to be the blessing that he needs you to be in other people's life. That's just how it is. But I need you to stop trying to pull people with you that ain't ready to go where you going. See, they ain't put the work in, so they don't even deserve to go where you going. They ain't even got the heart that you got to begin with to even be trying to walk in the direction that you going in. Understand that. So you have to stop trying to pull them towards you and allow them to go through whatever it is that they need to go through in order to get to wherever it is that you going. Because you work for yours, chosen. That's big facts. You work for yours, chosen. And I know your heart be involved because some of these people that you trying to tug along, unfortunately, they be your kids. Yeah. Cause see, I talk to a lot of people, man, and lately it's been a thing with the children. How the children have been doing a lot of backstabbing, how they tugging away and they want to go down their own separate paths, and they doing some real mischievous things in order to get their way chosen. Yeah. See, I want you to understand, bro, that the demon is working on the children as well. You have to stop trying to tug them. Stop trying to tug them. They have to go through it in order to learn it. They have to go through it in order to learn how to figure it out, chosen. So you trying to tug them and pull them in your direction and make them understand and understand what it is that you see ain't gonna work out, because guess what? You too had to walk through the fire to get to wherever it is that you are right now in your awakening. You too had to go through the struggle and the strife to appreciate your position in life as well. So you have to understand that right now we are on a plane in the planet that's all about learning. It's all about learning. Let them fall so that they'll know how to fall. You see what I'm saying? And they'll be able to appreciate every time that they get back up. Allow them to do that. You see what I'm saying? Stop trying to tug them. Your walk is your walk. They only came through this portal, to this world through your portal so that they can experience life as well. Yeah. But see, some of the people you're going to be trying to take could be your spouse, your loved ones. And the whole time the Most High is telling you and your spiritual team is saying, I need you to let go of that, yo. Because as soon as you can let go of that, I'm going to pull you up as far as you can go. And they're going to have to watch you be appreciated the way that you wanted to be appreciated to begin with. They're going to have to watch you reap the rewards of your harvest, all of the good work that you put in, the hard work you done put in throughout the year. They're going to have to watch you. You see what I'm saying? Because see, a lot of y'all with people you know God darn well. Y'all know they ain't supposed to be with y'all. You know you ain't supposed to be with them, man. The Most High, your spiritual team been urging you away from them for a long time now. They got them going out doing stuff that's blatant for you to see. People coming back giving you information and you still ain't turned away. You still sitting there. Yeah, vibrating as low as you can vibrate, walking in your self-pity because you ain't learned to appreciate who it is that you are. And your team is saying, look, man, I just need you to come over here. Once you can begin to walk this way, once you can get the understanding and the overstanding that I need you to keep moving forward, I got a blessing for you over here. Because you've been a blessing to everybody that done came around you. You've been a good mother. You've been a good spouse. You've been a good wife. You've been a good husband. You've been a good friend. You've been a good whatever. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? I just need you to move in this direction so that I can give you the blessing that you deserve, because where you at right now, they don't deserve that blessing. You see what I'm saying? And see, you missing out on your blessing because you trying to stay over here with them. Yeah. See, because you ain't balanced that heart chakra out yet to the point of where you start to realize, like, look, man, it's time for me to move on. Yeah, I love you, but I love me enough and more enough to let you go so that I can heal the way that I need to heal, and I will be able to receive whatever it is that the Most High is trying to send to me, y'all. They ain't meant to go where you going. Yeah. They not meant to go where you going, and they can't go. They can't go. Spirit is constantly trying to tell y'all, like, look, man, I need you to stop. Let go of that situation. I deal with a lot of people, y'all don't understand that, bro, who are constantly stuck in the same cycle because they are afraid to be alone. They are afraid to move toward their north node, y'all. They so comfortable in their south nodes, they don't want to get up and move toward that position of where they're very uncomfortable because they don't know what to expect over there. Yeah. See, they done got comfortable with being treated a certain way. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. They done got comfortable with being in a certain environment. Yeah, y'all drop them nines up. That's how life go. It's time to bro, that is the hardest thing that some people can do is let go. And that's because you have gotten so comfortable in the position that you are that you can't see things beyond what it is that you are in right now. So yeah, I'm going to deal with the mistreatment inside of this relationship. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to deal with this job that I hate going to. You feel me? Every day I'm going to deal with that because guess what? What I'm going to do if I let go? At least I know Johnny over here. Johnny works around the corner. He's been working around here dealing with the same BS for the last 15 years. I'm going to stick around here because if Johnny can do it, I can do it. Now you using Johnny's self-pity to goddamn it be your motivation on a day-to-day basis to continuously do something that you don't want to do because you afraid to let that go. You afraid to move on because you don't know that the Most High and your spiritual team got something way bigger for you over there. That's how it be. A lot of the times, the Most High be saying, walk away from that job, man. Walk away from that job. You don't even want to walk away from the job, then you get fired, only to find another job that's paying $2, $3, 4, 5 more dollars with way more benefits than the job that you got right now. But the whole time, you were so afraid to walk away, you didn't get up and walk away. So the Most High and your spiritual team had to cause something chaotic to happen at that job to the point of where you either got fired or you just had to walk away for you to be able to receive that blessing. It's time for you to start to realize that. A lot of y'all are afraid to tap into y'all creative energy because you afraid of what it is that your spouse might think about you. You afraid. You afraid of what your friend might think about you because that's you stepping outside of the norm and you not doing what everybody else is doing. So you afraid that you might get some negative backlash about it. And you don't understand that through your fear, you're being controlled. That's you not being able to elevate. If they ain't on your level, you got to let them go too. You have to understand you are the company you keep. Yeah, you are the company you keep. So if you continuously keep yourself around people who are not trying to elevate in frequency, who are not trying to elevate in general, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to stay complacent. You ain't going to want to grow. You ain't going to want to elevate. But once you start to get around people who are trying to elevate, who's moving toward the direction that you're moving in, then guess what? You're going to grow because you're in an environment where you're able to grow. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I keep trying to tell y'all, man, I don't care what's going on in your life right now, man. Something could be happening in your life right now, and it could be getting ready to be turned around, and you don't even know it. Your whole life could be getting ready to be turned around. You might wake up tomorrow and receive a phone call of something amazing. Not something that's finna get ready to happen, but something amazing like, man, hey, look, man, this just took off for you over here. Something you've been working hard for. We in the season, y'all. I want y'all to understand that the harvest season is near. Everything that you've been putting out, you about to get ready to reap the reward of. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? So this is the season where the chosen have to say, look, I don't care about what nobody think about me. How it is you feel about me or whatever the case may be. If you ain't rocking how I'm rocking or you ain't going in the direction that I'm going in some way, form, or fashion, you ain't vibrating at my frequency, look, I got to let you go. You could jump off this ship because guess who's the trophy? I'm the trophy. You the trophy, chosen. You are the trophy. That's what a lot of people don't realize, man. You don't realize it. And that's a lot of time. That's because a lot of times when you move on, the chosen don't be looking back trying to figure out what's going on over there. So you don't start to see how much people's lives fall when you ain't around. You see what I'm saying? But they feel it. They see it. I can guarantee it. They feel it. They see it. Y'all better wake up, y'all. It's real, y'all. You are a chosen seed. You are not a regular. I'm telling y'all, man. See, because I feel like when we talk about topics like this, man, it goes over a lot of y'all head. A lot of y'all be going through some shit and y'all don't even really be knowing that you going through that because you chosen. When you look around you, you see everybody else is just living a normal life. Or what you would consider to be a normal life, but yet and still, it's a major amount of disruption in your life. And you blaming it on the devil, you blaming it on spirit, you blaming it on, yeah, in some cases, under some situations, it could be that. But guess what? It don't matter how it's happening to you or why it's happening to you in your life. I want you to understand that it was meant to happen to you. I don't care what your enemy think. I don't care what nobody think around you who is trying to wage a war on you in any way, form, or fashion. I want you to understand that it's meant for it to happen. Because you have something in you, you have something that's deep inside of you, chosen, that needed to spark up so that you could become aware of this type of shit taking place to begin with, man. Because when you grow up watching television, you go into certain schools, so on and so forth, they paint this pretty little picture of society. And that's just not the case. It's way deeper. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of people that ain't going to have to be subjected to it, y'all. Because guess what? They don't have that, look, they ain't got that type of stuff happening in their blood life. They not, in their bloodline. They haven't been introduced to people who are partaking in it in some way, form, or fashion, y'all. So they don't have that type of stuff happening in their life. And yeah, these are the ones who get to go around and do whatever it is that they want. They get to walk around wide asleep, y'all, chasing, whatever it is that they want to chase is outside of self. You see what I'm saying? Because they were not meant to genetically spark. These are the ones that are deeper into the sleep, y'all. Yeah. They most definitely can't come with you because they're programmed to keep you back in some way, form, or fashion. That's their job. Just like you got a job to do, they got a job to do. You got a job to try to wake people up about their spill, or you got a job to heal people in some way, form, or fashion, or whatever it is that your purpose is. They got a job to stop you from doing that. Yeah. See, the hardest thing for us to start to realize, y'all, is that this is a matrix that we are living in. Make no mistake about it. This is a program. And this is why every day you wake up and you're constantly going through a same cycle. Every day. You do it for like the first, I want to say 18, well, I wouldn't even say 18 years of your life. For the first 3 years of your life, nowadays you're being programmed through the television. Because the parent, right, they're so busy throughout the day trying to make sure that they pay bills, so on and so forth, that they're giving the child the phone. So now they're getting programmed earlier than what they would when they were going to schools. Because the child is now looking at the phone. Then he goes through another 15 years of just a whole nother cycle of waking up in the morning, washing their face, brushing their teeth, getting dressed, going to school, learning, coming home, playing for a little minute, eating, going to bed, getting up and doing it again. Everybody in this society has been through that in some way, form, or fashion. They've trained you to come in here to be inside of a loop. Then once you get done with that, what do? They keep you inside of that loop. That's a part of the matrix while hitting you with keywords. Why do you think they have certain system in place? Like churches. The churches are set in place to make you think, hey, you only live once. You only live once. I done said this 1,000 times. That's a hypnotic state. So now you're telling your essence, your soul, right? Your conscious being, this conscious being is within you. You're telling that I only live once, only live once, only live once. And then guess what? When you die because you're a conscious being and you're able to take that information back with you, you know, you take that with you. You only live once, and you go through the bleaching program. And you like, man, the whole time you come back, it's finna be a whole nother situation of you going through that again. Everything that's happening in this reality is set in place to keep you inside of that cycle. So the ones that wake up out of the cycle are the ones who volunteer to come here and do something. So if you're realizing that this is a cycle that you're in right now, that you've been lied to in some way, form, or fashion when it comes to this world as a whole, then guess what? It was meant for you to wake up to begin with. Yeah. And see, sometimes the Most High gotta take you, even though you're not an outgoing person, an outspoken person, the Most High gotta give you that energy and put you inside certain rooms so that you can become that outspoken person in order to do your job, because you volunteered to come down here and do a job. I want you to understand, it ain't no coincidence that you walking down the street one day, your life is great, and then the next minute, everything is all out of hand. Do you think life just happens like that? No. That ain't something that just happened. You think that's something that just, look, that is not something that just happened. I don't want anybody to start thinking that. Y'all pound that like button up for me. Because people get the misconception. I'm trying to get up there, y'all, to at least about 600 likes. Pound that like button for me, if you in here. People get that misconception, y'all. We run around here and think, oh, life is what it is, and this is the way that it should be because this is what it, you know. But the whole time, this ain't how it's supposed to be, man. You feel me? This ain't how it's supposed to be. You have to understand that you woke up for a purpose. Because that's what you volunteered to do. So guess what? You came down here and got too comfortable. You had your mind on something else. So the Most High had to put you in a situation or put you with certain people that was going to get you genetically activated to the point where you was going to tap in and tune in to what was really going on around you. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. P-Town say backdrop people. Yeah. I say this all the time. There's literally people out here who do not have an inner monologue. That's deep. You have to ask yourself, how many people out here do not have an actual inner monologue? See, the reason that's so deep is because if you don't have an inner monologue, how are you maneuvering around here on a day-to-day basis? How you know you got to get up, feed the kids, or clean the house, or go to work? How you know you got to do these things? That means that you're operating off of a program. You are a sentient being. You're not a real being. You have a program that you operate off of on a day-to-day basis. You ain't got the same conscience that I got. You do not have your own will. You can't get up and just do what you want. You are programmed to do a certain thing. And it's actually people who have came forth, y'all. They done came forth and said, look, man, I don't have an inner monologue. When I've heard people say that they had inner monologues, man, I found that quite weird. They said they found that weird, y'all. But yet and still, these same beings, they have children, y'all. They got families. Like, they married. Some of these people are married, y'all, to people who do have inner consciousness. That's when they get deep. You like, damn, bro. It's one thing for you not to have an inner monologue, but the fact that you able to bear a child, it hit different. And so that's why I say, y'all, you know, as a chosen seed, man, you have to understand, bro, it's going to get tough, man. Your battle is going to be a little bit tougher than others because when it's all said and done, you volunteered to come down here and do not just that. You ain't got to be truth-telling in some way. I keep telling you, as a chosen one, all you have to do is exist sometimes because you walk in karma. Some people going to come up against you and they ain't going to know that you already have a spiritual team set in place for you, and your spiritual team has been set in place for you since day one. Yeah, they ain't got to go out and do all the spiritual work that all these other people doing, calling in all these other deities and things like that. No. See, you've been blessed and favored by the Most High because you came down here on purpose. You got a job to do. When you manifested yourself down here, they had to put people around you because they know even in your childhood you was going to be attacked. They knew even in your childhood you was going to be attacked. See, a lot of y'all weren't even supposed to make it to where you at right now. Y'all was supposed to been left people behind. You see what I'm saying? But see, they saw that spark in you and they kept you shielded. They kept you away from what it is that you're supposed to be doing. So you done stuck along around them a little bit more than what it is that you supposed to stuck around them. But they been showing you red flags that you were supposed to get out of there a long time ago and you still there. So now the Most High is saying like, look, I got to shake them up a little bit. They tripping over there. They came down here to do a job, man. Motherfucker been doing them dirty the whole while they been down here. They can't even see it. They so caught up in this spell that they got them under. They can't. Hey, you know what? Send blood over there, man. You know what I'm saying? Shake them up a little bit, man. Put something in their drink, whatever the case may be. This how it go. This is how it go, man. It's real out here, and that's all I want my people to recognize, man. Let people go, man. I keep telling you, you cannot put your positive energy into a negative situation and still think you're gonna come out with that positive energy after that. I want y'all to take note. Half the time you trying to convince somebody of something, when you done trying to convince them, you be drained. You don't have the energy to even go finish your day. You like, man, look, man, I'm finna go take a nap or something. I'm tired. Y'all pound that like button for me. You be like, man, I'm finna go take a nap or something. I'm tired, man. I ain't finna be, you feel me? This is why I tell you, man, don't waste your time, man. You know, it's okay for you to love somebody and say, hey, look, I see things from this perspective. I want you to open your eyes so you can see them the same. But if you steady trying to tug them and they steady pulling the other way, you have to understand at that point that it's not meant for them to see. It's not meant for them to see. It's meant for you to see. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, they may come along just through seeing you live your life a certain way and seeing the results that you getting from living your life that way. So some people might come along, but some people will never come along. It ain't meant for them to come along in this lifetime. They got to go through it. You have to understand, bro, that not every soul down here is an old soul. Yeah, a lot of souls are down here. I mean, that are down here are old souls, but a lot of souls are not as well. Some of these souls are coming through. They new souls, y'all. You more experienced. That's why you can feel shit when it's going wrong. They ain't as experienced as you. You see what I'm saying? So you got to let them learn. Let them go through. Sometimes you might have to, I'm telling you, man, like you hear all these stories, man, of people who've been put in great positions, man. They get put in those positions after they had the strength to walk away. After they did what it is that their spiritual team showed them that they needed to do it to thrive, that's when they started to succeed. You see what I'm saying? Look inside, and I say this, you know, not to be, you know, on a level of when we talk about people who succeeded from a standpoint of material gain, you know, whatever it is, they succeeded through their gifts, right? Through the making people laugh, through them being able to write songs, or whatever the case may be. It was always an obstacle, and it was always something or somebody that was holding them back. They didn't want to leave the hood that they was in because they wanted everybody from the hood to come with them. You see what I'm saying? Friends, relationships. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like, it's always gonna be a storm before the sun comes. You see what I'm saying? And you gotta be able to weather that storm in order to get the results that you want. But I'm telling y'all, man, and look, spirit will let you know when it's time to let people go, y'all. Spirit will let you know when it's time to let people go. Especially if you have a major calling on your life. They'll come tap you on your shoulder, bro. They're gonna show you through music. Cause I keep telling y'all the universe is always talking. If you listening, you could be going through something and you would walk into to a store and then some songs might be playing and that could be the universe trying to tell you something through that song because that song is going in some way, form, or fashion is equal to your life. You feel me? Say that's the way it works. Y'all do me a favor and drop them nines up, man. But yeah, I want y'all to know that, man. Like, it's important for you to know, man, that everybody can't go with you, chosen. Everybody cannot go with you, man, because, you know, you will start to see it. You will start to see yourself elevate. Your whole mind state will start to change, and it's other people who will remain on that same mind state, y'all. That same level of thinking, they're not elevating in their thought process. Therefore, their lives are the same. It's like seeing somebody, man, they look, you see somebody, man, that partied all their life and then now they end up grown. They don't have their own house. They land on somebody else's couch, so on and so forth. And this is because they partied all their life. They didn't get up and they didn't strategically think like, damn, well, you know what? I'm at a certain age where I need to stop partying. I need to try to solidify myself. I got kids out here depending on me and everything. So guess what? I have to solidify myself. And that goes for men and women. Nobody thinks, some people don't think like that. Some people think like, hey, I'm going to take my kids over here, let my grandma raise them, let my mama raise them. I'm going to let them raise them. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to continue to party. And every time I have a baby, I'm going to let them raise them. Okay? And they never grow out of that. They never leave from that. So here it is. They 45, 50 years old, still trying to keep up with the Jones, still doing what they was doing when they was 15 and 16 years old, partying, drinking, and smoking. They still caught up in that cycle. They don't know what's going on. They're not evolving. They're not vibrating at another frequency. And if you somebody that's stuck to that, you're going to be caught up in that too if you don't leave it alone. Here it is, you have the capability to grow, but you got them and still trying to stay around because you afraid of what somebody gonna think about you. Whole time, they doing the same thing that they was doing when your ass left. Understand that? That's the problem with society right now. Our children, they getting caught up in peer pressure like, man, I'm worried about what it is my friends gonna think about me if I get up and go get a job. If I tell them I don't want to sell drugs, if I'm out here saying I ain't trying to be promiscuous, I'm worried about what they gonna say if I tell them, man, I'm trying to meditate and connect. If I start getting really deeper with them in terms of my intellectuality, I'm worried about them. So guess what? I'd rather do what they do, man. You feel me? You know how many innocent souls are caught up in these juvenile facilities, ending up going into these adult facilities, right? Because they were afraid to say no to their friends because they felt like they weren't gonna fit in. So when they homie said, come on, man, I need you to come over here and rob somebody for me, man. You go over there and do it, man. Coming up as a child, I seen that, y'all. I seen people who ain't had that courage. They wanted to fit in just that much to the point of where they'll do anything. They'll run in the store. They be stealing codes. People sending them in there to steal because they know that they'll do anything to fit in because they don't have that strength nor that courage to be able to say, nah, I'm going to be me. You see what I'm saying? Say, I tell my kids, work for what she wants. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, bro, like when it's all said and done, if you catch a motherfucker in that cycle, so you got to have that strength to say, man, look, man, I see y'all doing what y'all doing, but what y'all doing, it ain't yielding y'all shit. So I got to get up and go because I don't want this for myself. So when you start to think that way and you start to actually act on that, you really raising your frequency at that moment because you're starting to think outside of the normal cycle that other people have thought in. They get caught up in that same cycle. I was just saying this on Facebook a couple of days ago. I was telling them over there how basically, this is why, when you see you lead a community because you want something different, like, man, hey, look, man, I done been through it out here. I done had enough. I want to raise my kids in an environment to where they ain't got to worry about gunshots, the the police harassing them, so on and so forth. I want them to have a grand education. If this is how you thinking, like, man, you know, I want to get out, get a job, give them something stable, you feel me? And you start to move around and you start to do that, that's the first step of you elevating your mind and raising your frequency up, you feel me? And once you do that, the more you do it, see, at first when you do it, you're gonna run back and forth. So you're gonna start to lower your frequency, you're gonna fight with it. But look, once you start to stay away from it, when you get used to your environment and you say, hey, it's cool out there, you ain't really associating with too many people out there, then you're gonna start to recognize, like, yeah, you know, it's like they still doing the same thing out there. They still caught up in that cycle. When you go back and visit, you would say, damn, they still caught up in this cycle out here. They still doing the same thing out here that they was doing 15 years ago when I decided to get up and move to this other environment to get a job, to try to own me a home. And I'm just speaking hypothetically, y'all. I ain't saying that this is what you should be shooting up, but I want you to understand, this is people being caught up in a cycle, and this is the cycle that you will get caught up in if you're afraid to get up and do what it is that you know you should be doing. Yeah. 15, 20 years, you go back to the hood, they still in the hood doing the same thing. They still partying, kicking it, selling drugs, shooting guns. They still doing the same thing 15, 20 years ago. And here it is, 15, 20 years down the line, you sitting tight. You financially straight. You ain't got to sell drugs because no matter whatever job you got, you still got something on the back burner that you sitting on to make sure you good. You ain't got to sell drugs because you came out of that mindset, but you still took that same hustle with you, right? And you made something from nothing. You see what I'm saying? You ain't, look, they still out there got to run from the police, shooting. You ain't got to worry about your kids getting caught up in that because you decided to grow up and take your kids out of the cycle. Now your kids don't have that same mind state. Because you took them out of the cycle, you decided to change. You ain't got to worry about your kids growing up in that environment. Not to say that you ain't gonna have to worry about your kids going through other things because, yeah, there's other threats out here. But at the same time, when it comes to gun violence and things like that, all the things you had to go through because you started to raise your frequency up and started to think different, and because you walked away, guess what? You ain't got to worry about your kids going through the same thing that you went through. That's you breaking the chains. That's you in some way, form, or fashion breaking generational curses. That's the beginning of it. Yeah. That's the beginning of it. And then you turn around and you go out there. Every time you turn around, you hearing something, but you turn around and you go out there and you see the same cycle. I want you to understand that's not a shame. It's nothing to be ashamed of for you to say, hey, look, I just want to do something different, man. I'm tired of going through the same thing and getting the same results. You feel me? I feel as stupid as I look doing this shit continuously. Yeah, you feel me? And unfortunately, you're gonna have to make a decision in that moment to say, hey man, do I want to go by myself or do I want to stick here with the people that I know that's not gonna benefit me in a situation that I know that's not gonna benefit me? Some of y'all was homeless, man, and y'all made that decision to get up and move in another direction, and now you see yourself doing better in life. Yeah. Because guess what? The Most High, your spiritual team needed you to wake up to the fact that everybody that was around you in that time, they ain't really care about you. Yeah, they ain't care about you. See, he wanted you to understand that they gonna hate you when you up and they gonna hate you when you down. So no matter if you're doing good in life or you doing bad in life, guess what? They still gonna talk about you. They still gonna talk about you. So you need to stop trying to do whatever it is that you feel like is gonna make other people happy, and you need to start doing whatever it is gonna make you happy, that's gonna benefit you, and it's gonna reap you in terms of the experience that you're trying to experience during this lifetime. Yeah. You came here alone, and guess what? You most definitely gonna leave alone, chosen. John Clerk say, I just rode through my hood. Them same niggas still out there standing on the corner, drinking and smoking, asking for a few dollars. It's a cycle. It's a cycle, man. And this is why I say, man, whether you want to believe it or not, man, you have to go back to how you were when you were under those same conditions, right? You didn't know it was something great outside of that because you've been programmed to think that that was the only thing. When you come outside of your door every day and you see people riding up your community, driving certain cars, and you see them wearing certain clothes, and you looking up to whatever it is that they doing as a child, you thinking this is the only way to get it, the way that they getting it. Because the traditional way, your mom's growing up, you rarely see her because she working. She trying to pay them bills every day. You see what I'm saying? So you rarely see your mom. You rarely see your father. They gone. They trying to pay the bills, right? So now you like, man, look, what they doing ain't working because I can't get them kicks I need to get. I can't get the clothes I need to get. People out here talking about me. I can't do what I want to do. So you think the only way for me to get what I'm going to get is to go in the direction that I see these guys getting it. You feel me? And so now you become influenced by that. And if you good at doing it, you get locked up in it. It's very seldom, y'all, that certain people come up out of that cycle to the point of where they say, hey, well, you know what? I'm going to take this same motivation that I had for the streets, for the negative side of life, and I'm going to put that in something positive, into a business or something to where I know I'm going to thrive from it because I'm very competitive when it comes to the street, when it comes to having a nice car, when it comes to having nice clothes, when it comes to the material things. Let me go ahead and put that same hustle, that same motivation I had inside of this positive things and see what type of results I'm going to yield from it. Y'all pound that like button up for me. You see what I'm saying? Let me see what type of results I'm going to yield from it. A lot of people don't think that because guess what? They've got caught up in that cycle. Here it is, you 40, 50 years old, and you still doing the same thing, and you thinking it's cool to be doing that at that age. That's insane. That's the mind state of a sick person. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? You think it's cool for you to be doing these things at the age of 45, 50 years old. Because whether you want to believe it or not, there's people out there to do it. You know? So yeah, these are the people that you're going to have to leave behind because guess what? It wasn't meant for you to be there to begin with. Yeah. It's going to hurt you sometime moving on because guess what? People can get manipulative. They can start trying to say, oh, what you think you better than us, so on and so forth. But in all actuality, that's just how they feel it because they see that by you moving on and doing something different, it's starting to benefit you in all the right ways. Feel me? So you can't allow people to come in and try to take you off of your thought process. Because there's people out there that will do it, y'all. They'll do it. They'll make you feel like everything that you're doing is wrong. Uh-oh, the wind out here blowing, y'all. Look, they don't want that. But yeah, they'll make you feel like everything that you out here doing is wrong, y'all. And you know, if you fall for that, you'll be right back in the same trap. So it's just time for us to begin to wake up, y'all, and understand that everybody can't go with you. And for some of y'all, I want you to know that y'all have way bigger callers on y'all life than you know anyway. And this is why you can go through the things that you go through and you can still be here. That's why you could be here right now. A lot of y'all been through things that y'all knew y'all shouldn't have made it through. You don't even know how you made it through. That's because you have a major calling on your life. And the Most High is saying, look, as long as you step into your purpose, I'm going to make sure that you protect it. As long as you're doing whatever it is that you need to do, I'm going to make sure that you protect it. Can't nobody come in here and take a life that they didn't give to begin with. I'm the judge and the jury when it comes to that. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, and whether you believe it or not, man, the Most High and your spiritual team, they in rooms that you ain't in. They hear the things that you can't hear. They see the things that you can't see. They know the people that's around you that's acting like they love you and don't really love you. You know what I'm saying? They're acting like they want to see you do good, but really praying on your downfall. They see that, chosen. But do you? A lot of y'all see it as well, but the fact is that you can't, some of y'all are just so good-hearted, man. I know how I feel because I'm the same way. But a lot of y'all are just good-hearted, bro. You allow people to run you over. Then you forgive them, they come back in, you allow them to run you over again, then you forgive them, they come back in, and you allow them to continuously keep doing this to the point of where they get comfortable and they think, hey, if they okay with me treating them this way, then why wouldn't I continuously treat them this way? Why wouldn't I continuously treat them this way, man? Abundance and gratitude to you as well, P-Town Prince. You see what I'm saying? Some of y'all are very gifted, man, but you in a relationship to where you can't grow it because they're afraid to see you grow. They don't want to see you grow. And that's because they don't have the ambition to grow. And it's not all about growth, but I want you to understand that you're here to evolve in some way, form, or fashion to begin with. So if you ain't growing, what's the purpose? What's the purpose? Even in a relationship, we have to understand that the word relationship means it's made up of two words, relate and ship. So how are we relating in this relationship? And where are we going on this ship? So where's this ship going? You feel me? I heard somebody say that, man, and it just, it stuck with me. Like, okay, yeah, you know what? They broke it down very well. When we was talking to 19 Keys, it's made up of two words. Relationship is made up of relate and ship, right? So we're together because we can relate in one way, form or another, right? You feel me? And so this is a ship. We on the same boat. Where we going? Where is it going? Where are we taking the ship to? I think a lot of people forget, man, that any relationship is a partnership in some way, form, or fashion. I don't care if it's a friendship or not. It's beneficial to you. It should be beneficial to you in some way, form, or fashion. How can you consider me a friend and you can't call me when you need me? That ain't no friend. That's the associate. I'm somebody that you call, when you got problems, so on and so forth. You tell me about your problems, and when you need things. But when I'm calling you, it ain't the same way. That ain't no friendship. That ain't benefiting me. I'm benefiting you. You the only one getting benefited. Somebody say, I can't wait to tell my mother nature get balanced who ain't supposed to be here, got to go. I say, this with love, a shake. Oh, yeah, that's big facts. Right now, she getting balanced out. I've been getting called to this water, y'all. Like, I just have to be around water a lot lately. I've been having this big urge to fish as well, y'all. And I'm thinking about going to get me a pole and throwing it out in the water. I ain't did it in a while, but I think I'm going to do it, man, because, just that water, man, it's been calling me, y'all. Like, water has, like, this healing nature to it. When I meditate, I'm normally out by water. So I meditate by trees, waters, and things like that. Sometimes I get out and just like, like a forest type background, and I just meditate. But normally when I meditate, I like to be around water, and I feel like just being around the water all of that time, I built some form of bond with it. You see what I'm saying? To the point of where it just called me, y'all. I just got to be around it. Lakeisha Brown said your ancestors will strip you from everything that's not supposed to be attached to you. Hey, that's big facts, Lakeisha. I think that's your name. I apologize if I'm not saying it right. Your ancestors will do that. Sometimes you will be in a relationship, or you will be in a friendship, or you will be even with your family, and you wondering why it is that your life is so chaotic, why it is that, it's just falling apart. And that'll be your ancestors. They'll be saying, hey, this ain't where I want you to be. I need you to be over here because this is the divine connection that you should be with to begin with. You see what I'm saying? So if it's not benefiting you in some way, form, or fashion, yeah, they will take you away from it. They'll take you away from it. And no matter how much you try to stay and stick around, they will continuously take you out of that. Your life will go into shambles. Believe me, your life will get crazy trying to stick around, but the whole time, you will have to go because your ancestors is going to keep making it happen in your life until you move around. Yeah, so you hit it on the head. Trisha Boyer say the sound of water is like music to me. Oh, yeah, that's big facts. I ain't going to lie. I just like to get out there and see how nature actually just relates to one another. Like when I sit out and I watch like the birds or the swans, when they sharing the lake, they not arguing, they not fighting, y'all. They just sharing the lake. They'll even go over there and interact with one another every now and then. And so for me, with the understanding that everything is nature, even us, right? Why is it that we bickering, arguing, and fighting over a land? You see what I'm saying? Why we can't be all as one, like nature is. Even when we get into even when we get into to like just the wilderness, when we talk about lions and things like that, they don't just hunt for any reason. When a lion hunts or a tiger hunts, they're hunting because they're actually hungry, man. They go months without eating. You see what I'm saying? They can go months without eating. So when they actually hunting, they're hunting because they're absolutely hungry, y'all. You see what I'm saying? It's not because they have a certain disdain for them. You see what I'm saying? Say, Julie Romo say, I love the wind and the storms. So I feel like, why is it that we ain't, you know what I'm saying? Why we can't just enjoy, like, that's what life is about, y'all. It should be that way. It should be all about enjoyment. You feel me? But yeah, y'all need to most definitely realize, y'all, that some people ain't gonna, that's the hardest thing I feel like we can accept at times, y'all, is that some people cannot go with us. And then once you get over the fact that these people can't go with you, then I feel like your hardest thing is moving out of your south node into your north node, okay? Moving into that space of your life where things are going to get uncomfortable. You know, it's easy for you to be comfortable. That's the easiest thing you can do. That's like growing up in your mom's house and never leaving. You sleeping in the basement. You ain't got to pay bills or nothing. You've been living here, you know, all your life, and then one day, she ups and transitions, and your father do too, and they don't leave you nothing. Now what you gonna do? Because you stayed comfortable. You was afraid to leave it. This is my nest. You feel me? So if something happened, I know I can run back to the nest. But sometimes you can't do that, especially being the chosen one. That ain't an option for you, and it's unfortunate. Say why not love? Say why not? I love fishing. You love fishing, Sherry? Yeah, I used to go fishing all the time with my grandma when we was younger, man. Like she took us every Friday. That's another reason why I feel like Saturday. That's another reason why I feel like I've been getting called to the water a lot lately too. Valerie Rose say nature is good once you get accustomed to it. Oh yeah, most definitely. I love being in nature, y'all. Sometimes before I would meditate, I would just sit out there and lay up under the trees a lot, y'all. I wouldn't even just go directly into my meditation. And then after I would meditate, I would often sit out there and just be by the water. I would put my hand down on the ground. Like even now, I'm out here, I'm grounded. Anytime you see me out here in nature, 9 times out of 10, I don't have my shoes on because I'm connecting with, the planet. I like to just, even if I'm not meditating, I like to just have my shoes off so I can connect with the planet. But yeah, I just love nature, y'all. Like it makes me feel. That's why every time I come to talk to y'all, I try to be around, nature in some way fashion. If you could just look over here, you see the water behind me. You see I got the trees behind me. I just like to be in that. I like to be in that environment. Sherry say I only ever use a real fish. Say I only ever used a reel to fish with what I call a piece of saran wrap. You call some saran wrap? No, it's easy to fish, man. Fishing is like the thrill of the catch. I feel like is the most exciting thing when you fishing. Okay, just pulling the fish in, the fight. I feel like that's the excitement about it all. But now that I'm a little older, or whatever, and I meditate and I understand how powerful silence is. I feel like fishing is a great time to just sit back and meditate a little bit, and to really just discern, go through your mind about some things that you want to really try to come to the understanding of and just be able to, try to get to it. It's more than just fishing, That's what my grandmother did. I feel like she didn't go out there to just fish. She would go out there to get a peace of mind as well. And, the excitement came with it. So she made that sort of a ritual, something that she would do every Saturday. She would get up 6 a.m. in the morning and she would go fish every Saturday, And now that I know what I know, and I'm into everything that I'm into, right? I know that she came out to the water because that water was soothing to her. It was healing to her in some way, form, or fashion. You see? So just sitting, she had an urge to get next to that water. She would sit out there during the period of times where they weren't even biting. She would still sit out there. So, it was all about just having that moment of silence to be able to, go through her mind or enjoying her grandkids because she took us out there often or, and just, healing, getting that healing energy from the water. Say the thrill, meditate and relax. Yeah, that's big facts. Meditate and relax. But you also want to get out. You want to raise your frequency up, man. I don't want y'all to think that when you walk in this walk, you have to live a dull life. No, this is not a dull life, man. In all actuality, it's an exciting life, man. I want y'all to get out, man, and be y'all, man. Don't get afraid to the point where you just worry about anything because that's what the enemy wants you to do. They want you to be isolated. They want you to be by yourself. They want you to feel unloved, y'all. And that's something that you cannot allow yourself to do. You have to get out. You have to meet people. You see what I'm saying? But you have to also have the spirit of discernment. You have to know when something is not right about a person. You have to be willing to say, hey, I'm cool. It was nice seeing you, kicking it with you, but that don't have to make us friends. I don't have to see you and kick it with you on an everyday basis. You will feel when things are right. You will feel when things are wrong. That's what the spirit of discernment is for. That's why I tell a lot of people you do need to meditate because meditation is going to allow you to recognize a lot of things about yourself because it's more so listening, okay? So now you're able to discern what thoughts are yours and it's not. You're able to discern your own energy because you becoming one with yourself. So that's what that's all about. So if you walk into a room and you feel a sort of uneasiness, then you know that, okay, well, guess what? I got to get up out of here because the energy is telling me that I'm not supposed to be here. Y'all light that up. Light that button up for me. But yeah, so, and that's what a lot of people don't do. A lot of people don't listen to their inner self. And they get caught up in dumb shit. They be knowing there's some shit they ain't supposed to be doing. They be knowing there's somewhere they ain't supposed to be going. But yet and still, they go against their inner self because they had that warning. They got that feeling in their gut, in their soul. Because guess what? Your solar chakra lies behind your stomach, right? Right above your belly button. So that's where your soul was at. So anytime you get a feeling in your gut, that's your soul and your spirit trying to tell you that something is not right. A lot of y'all went to go do something and y'all got that feeling before y'all went to go do it, and you knew you weren't supposed to go do it. So you did it. You went and did it anyway. And guess what? You got what you got coming. You got what you got coming. Lakeisha Brown say water resets us. Oh, that's big facts. Yeah, that's why I say, you know, spiritual baths and things like that, it's important because the water is a cleansing tool as well. This is why when you get into the biblical context of things, they start to tell you what, that they was baptizing them in the river. I think, what is his name? I think it was John the Baptist. He did baptisms, he would baptize them in the river because he knew that the river had a certain essence to it. It would cleanse you. Say, why don't I take my dogs with me? My dogs are always with me. I normally get them out all the time, but when I'm out just doing something like this, I don't let them be because my dogs are not friendly when it comes to like dealing with other people and animals. So, you know, if I was out right now and they seen somebody coming past, they would continuously be barking. Just a couple days ago, y'all, I was walking around here, walking my dogs, man, and it was me and my kids. We was walking with the dogs, and my dog took a dump in somebody's yard. Do you know they let their dog out on us, y'all? They didn't know I had like 4 dogs on them, but the whole time I have pitch. Like, come on, bro, you sending them dogs over here, it's gonna be a problem. You feel me? So, I mean, it almost got out of hand, but I do got the little dogs. I don't know if y'all really seen my dogs. I have like little dogs. And they had like 2 big ass German Shepherds. Now, German Shepherds have a history of being aggressive, y'all. And you know, when it comes to any big dog and little dog, it's like a little grudge that they don't like each other like that. So they dogs immediately went for the German Shepherd, which was in my daughter in. So my daughter let the dog down. They went running. Luckily, she let the dog down because they went running for the dog. But I knew that was, man, it was something to it, y'all. It was more to it than that. Like, come on. You know, if I'm walking the dog and it takes a dump in your yard, as long as I get it up, it shouldn't be an issue. And like I told him, you did that on purpose. You know what you did. I could have called the police on him, but I'm like, I ain't gonna do that. What I'm calling the police for, I could put these spiritual hands on you if I really wanted to. But yeah, though, with that being said, I want y'all to understand, man, look, everybody can't come with you. Don't get mad, man. Don't be even depressed about it. Don't get stressed about it. You need to get up and do what it is that you need to do to make sure that you stepping in your power. I want you to understand that this is your life to live. It's your life to live. You're experiencing things for yourself, not others. So guess what? Get up and do what's necessary for you to do. And use discernment while doing it because you don't want to just be walking off the cliff as you walking out here. You want to make sure that everything you're doing is being ordered and you're doing it from a strategic standpoint, meaning you stop and you thought about it first. You ain't just go do something because you felt like it was something to do. No, I'm going to ponder on this. I'm going to think about this, and I know that my soul can connect with it. I'm going to move in that direction because I know my soul ain't going to lead me astray, all right? And with that being said, man, if you ain't already, get over to Facebook. Follow me on Facebook at I Am Awakened. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at I Am Awakened_chosen one. And I just want to leave y'all as I came. I want you guys to always be aware, because to be aware is to be alive. And as always, peace, family. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation. Ashe.